So we're done with this module. A long module, but we built an entire app. And I hope you learned a lot about Flutter, about a couple of widgets which we haven't used thus far, and most importantly, of course, about navigation and passing data back and forth. There, we added a lot of features. And you learned all about the core basics there, like what screens or routes pages, these are all just different terms for the same things, are that they are just widgets in the end, but widgets which you use to control the entire page or at least a significant part of it. That the Flutter Navigator allows you to switch between these pages with push, pop, and replace. That you can use named routes or unnamed routes. And of course that you can also pass data between these routes. You can pass them as arguments, either directly as an argument to the constructor if you're using non-named routes, or via the argument key when using named routes. You can also pass data back and read via a future, as you learned. And the data, that's really important, can be anything. Strings, ints, objects, whatever you need to pass around. We also use tabs here. And you learned that you can add tabs in different ways, at the bottom of the app bar or at the bottom of the page. And the tabs in the end allow you to switch between different stacks. So there you can't really pop. The same thing was true for loading a page through the drawer, because instead of pushing a page, you simply go there as an alternative to the current page by clicking a tab. We also had a look at drawers, and I spent some words on dialogues and how you can control those with the Flutter Navigator. Drawers are just side menus which you can open, and there again you switch between different stacks, at least if you use push replacement. And drawers, just like dialogues, can also be closed with Navigator pop. We didn't really use this in this module, but we used it earlier in the course. In our personal expenses app, there I called Navigator off context pop once we submitted data in our modal bottom sheet to then dismiss this sheet. So pop is not just used to go back from an existing page you're on, but it can also be used to close a modal, like a modal bottom sheet which you opened, an alert dialog, or any other overlay you can put onto your screen with Flutter's help. With that, I hope you learned a lot about navigation and of course about Flutter, and in the next section we'll tackle the issue of state management, which you probably already got a feeling for that this is kind of a problem, especially in bigger apps.